Alrighty, what's up? What's up? Welcome back to another video. Jonathan here with Boston Collectors, and today we're going to get into the Scout Trooper. Is it worth it? That's the question we got to ask ourselves, because right now we have two, one on the way and one shipping today if you so choose, and that will be the Scout Trooper and Speeder Bike from the Mandalorian. So if that's something you're interested in, I'm sorry, it ships tomorrow. So let's go ahead and get into it with the comparison here. So we've got the Scout Trooper and the Speeder Bike sitting pretty at $455. And if you're trying to put that on the payment plan, you're looking at $136.50 a month with an NRD of $45.50. So you can only have three in terms of your number of payments. And once you apply that, you're good to go. Now, comparing that price tag to the Return of the Jedi Scout Trooper and Speeder Bike, instead of it being $455, you have $505. Now, granted, you could have more number of payments because this isn't shipping until July 2022 to September 2022. So I guess for you, it kind of depends on where you are in your collection. Are you leaning more towards The Mandalorian? Are you leaning more towards Return of the Jedi? Or for you, is Star Wars Star Wars? That's kind of the question that you have to ask yourself. And do I make enough to, to warrant that $500 price tag? Yes. You know, shipping will push this into the $500 territory, I am sure. However, you're already in the $500 territory here. Now, with the price and everything out of the way, I do want to start comparing what they come with. Now, what's interesting with this being $455 is that you actually get Grogu in this really awesome bag. Now, for starters, this base, I wish they'd stop that, but this base is awesome. Now, me personally, I'm not going to get the bike. I'm not going to get either one. I do think the Return of the Jedi version look a bit better in my opinion, and I have a lot of Mandalorian figures going on in my collection, but if I were to pick, I really like the way that this look. I like that the shine and the sort of rainforest-like appeal to it with some of the dirt and the green. I like this look better. You've got that pleather there, versus I believe it's more of a hard shell in the crotch area on this particular figure. It looks cloth-like. I don't know. It's just the appeal of this looks a lot better to me, in my opinion. Now, to go back to the Mandalorian version here, you get this awesome bag, right? You get... I know a lot of us are probably tired of the little guy at this point. You get Grogu, right? You get Grogu and you get this awesome bag. Now, both of these could be companion pieces to IG-11. Also, I'm very sorry if you're still waiting on your IG-11. I've had mine for, I want to say about a couple months now. I could be wrong. Time move a little different right now in this COVID era. But I did do an unboxing and review on that. So if you want to check that out, link will be up top. Now, I say that this is a companion piece because I believe they actually use it in their imagery. Yeah, right here. So I find it interesting that you have Grogu and this really awesome bag for $555. Yes, you get the Scout Trooper. Yes, you get this bike, but you get something to complete sort of your collection, if you will. If you have IG-11, if you're waiting for IG-11, you get this to complete that. So it's a little surprising for me to say this is just, and I know just $455 is crazy, but it is just $455. In my opinion, I feel like the price tag should have been reversed because you don't get the same thing with this particular piece. Now, there are differences, though. You do get a bag on this particular speeder bike, yes. However, if we read the description, they point down at the bottom here, one cargo bag which cannot be detached. So, yes, we sort of get a cargo bag. I personally like the look of this bike a lot better too. I don't know, I'm a bigger fan of this. And yes, we do get that really sick rifle. Look at that. That's awesome. But that's the only difference. I don't see any of the footprints in the base. That base looks awesome. I want to say there's... It looked like there might be something a bit... Can we zoom in here? Unfortunately, I cannot zoom in. I did not save this image. However, it looked like you might have a little bit of... I want to say some effects there on that nameplate. That looks cool. But I think it would be interesting if they drove up the price a bit more because of this rifle. I mean, does that warrant an additional $50 for a rifle? I don't know. Let me know what you all think down in the comments section, because I think that's interesting. Why does this rifle drive up the price more than Grogu and this super awesome bag? Well, I don't get it. What's the difference? Why not have this at $50 more versus this? Everything else is the same. We get the same hands. The bike almost look the same. Granted, the paint job is a bit different. I wonder if, is that the issue? Are we paying for the effects on the bike? I feel like you'd be doing more with the Mandalorian bike, personally. I don't know. Let me know your thoughts on that as well. Very interesting to see this at 505 versus this. Now, another thing I want to point out. So, I'd imagine Sideshow's probably still in the middle of working out the details and dimensions, because I noticed a couple issues here. So, we don't have the shipping weight just yet. The height of this, 17 centimeters. The width of it is 52.5 versus the depth being 11 centimeters. Now, this is for the Return of the Jedi version. Now, moving on over to the Mandalorian. The depth of this one is 52.5. The depth of this one is 11 centimeters. I feel like they're still probably working on this. And maybe they just didn't flip those two around, because... yeah, that would be very interesting to... wow, the depth of that is 11. Okay, all right. So they're still working on all of that good stuff. I don't know. Let me know what you all think down below. Is this something you're going to pick up? Are you just going to pick up the Scout Trooper maybe? Are you not worried about the speeder bike? Because again, I feel like with the Scout Trooper, he looks awesome. Now, I would probably, if I had the space, I would probably go ahead and pick up the Scout Trooper, but I don't have the space. Another thing, I have Photoshop up here. I wanted to point out something else. Is it possible that they're charging for the additional look of this particular Scout Trooper? Look at the bags. The bags look a little bit different. I want to say you have more of a cleaner look to the pleather. I feel like still you would charge a bit more for this one, the Mandalorian version, versus this one. However, we do have more shine on the Return of the Jedi. We have more of a dull look to the Mandalorian version. But again, in my opinion, and you know, we're all entitled to our opinions, I feel like the Mandalorian steel should be a bit more. Very interesting how that's being worked out. But so we're looking at the Scout Trooper here from Return of the Jedi for $230. Going back to the Scout Trooper, we are currently looking at $220 for the Mandalorian version, and this one is shipping tomorrow. Now, that's a $10 difference. So it's not just that rifle. That rifle is only pushing it over $10. That's it. So why the major price difference? Is it worth it to you? In my opinion, you know, to answer the question, is it worth it? It depends on if you have the money for it. It depends on where your collection is. It depends on if you have the space. Is it worth it to me if I had the space and the money? Yes, I would say so. I think 505 is one hell of a price tag, though. I don't know if I could get two of these. I don't know if I could get two of the Mandalorian, but it's Hot Toys. They know what they're doing. We're like in the age of vehicles right now. Who knows when we could see this again? I hate to say that I'm passing up on it, but I don't want to just purchase it and have it in a box, just, you know, looking cool in a box. I want to be able to pose these guys and, you know, throw them on the bikes and put them on a shelf and have them looking epic. But I personally can't do that. I do think it's worth it, though, if you have the space and money for it. But again, like I pointed out earlier, you have to also consider, we have the Mandalorian, we have the Return of the Jedi. Which fits your collection more? Also, which speeder bike do you like the best? Do you like the rustic brown look? Let's say, yeah, my collection's loaded with Mandalorian stuff. However, this speeder bike, in my opinion, will look so cool with OG Mandalorian on it. What the heck do I need the Scout Trooper for when I could throw OG Mando on this and like really make it look sweet? I don't know. These are just my thoughts, though. Let me know what you all think down below in the comment section. If you liked today's video, don't forget to hit that thumbs up. I enjoy the conversation with you all. The last videos did a lot better than I thought they would. And hearing some of you say, yeah, I don't mind, you know, Anakin or Obi-Wan. I'm picking them up, or I'm picking them up. That's great to hear. For those of you who agree with me and feel like, it's just not for me. I like hearing all of the opinions that we're getting on this show. So thank you all so much for watching. This is Jonathan with Boston Collectors, and thank you so much for watching.